Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to crack open a kind of secret code in the English language. A code that native speakers use all the time, sometimes without even realizing it. We're talking idioms.
You've been there, right? You're in a conversation, everything's going great, and then someone says something like they're on the fence. And for a second, you're just picturing them literally sitting on a fence. It just shows you how weird and confusing these phrases can be when you first hear them.
Well, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to clear up some of the most common idioms you'll hear at work, with friends, you name it. And by the end, you won't just understand them, you'll be ready to use them yourself with total confidence.
Okay, first up, let's dive into pressure. We all know what that feels like. That moment when a deadline is breathing down your neck, the project keeps getting bigger, and the stakes feel super high. Well, English has a whole set of phrases just for these intense moments.
Let's start with a real classic, one you can almost feel in the air. The heat is on. And yeah, it means pretty much what it sounds like. The pressure is ramping up, things are getting serious, and a lot is expected of you. You know that feeling of being under a spotlight where everybody's watching and waiting to see what you do next? That's it. And just imagine this. The big exam is tomorrow. The time for casual studying is long gone. Now every single minute counts. That is the perfect time to say, the heat is on. All right, next up we have a close cousin to the heat is on, an idiom you're going to hear all over the place in offices and schools, crunch time. Now, the key thing here is that we're talking about a specific period of time. Crunch time isn't just general stress. It's that final, super critical window right before a deadline where you have to give a massive effort. It's go time. This example is perfect. The project is due tomorrow, so there's no more putting it off. It's all about that final, intense push to get it over the finish line. That right there is crunch time. So when it's crunch time, what do you usually find yourself doing? Well, you're probably doing this. Burning the midnight oil. It's such a visual phrase, isn't it? And it actually has a really cool origin. It literally comes from a time before electricity, when people had to use actual oil lamps to see what they were doing when they worked after dark. Of course, today it just means you're staying up late, probably staring at a computer screen, just powering through your work. You can just picture it, can't you? The coffee cups are piling up, the rest of the world is asleep, but she's still at it, totally focused on getting that report done. So yeah, this idiom is all about that late-night dedication. All right, enough about all that pressure. Let's switch gears and talk about some idioms that are all about taking action and being prepared. These are for the doers, the planners, the people who make things happen. Our first one in this section actually comes from the sport of baseball, but you'll hear it everywhere. From a big meeting to planning a party. Cover all the bases. This is really all about being thorough. It means you've thought about a situation from every possible angle. You've tried to predict any potential problems, and you have a plan for whatever might happen. You've left nothing to chance. And this is exactly why it's so important, especially in a professional setting. You never want to get caught off guard, right? So by covering all the bases, you're doing your best to make sure things go smoothly. No surprises, just results. So, after you've done all that careful planning and preparation, there's always that moment of truth. And that's the point where the rubber meets the road. I love this idiom because you can just picture it. It probably came from old tire company ads, where they wanted to show how their tires performed in the real world, on an actual road, not just in some lab. It's that moment where theory is over and reality kicks in.
Exactly. You can practice and train all you want, but eventually you have to actually do the thing. This is that moment. The practice is done, and now it's time to see how it works for real.
Okay, for our last section, let's talk about teamwork and responsibility. I mean, let's be real. So much of what we accomplish in life, we do with other people. And these idioms are key for those collaborative situations. We're heading back to the baseball field for this next one, and it's a really powerful phrase about taking initiative. Step up to the plate.
This is a straight-up call to action. It's about seeing something that needs to be done or a challenge that needs to be faced and deciding to be the one who handles it. You're taking ownership instead of waiting for someone else to fix things.
This is how leaders are made, right here. When things get tough, someone has to take charge. Stepping up to the plate means you're saying, I'm ready. I'll accept that responsibility and help guide everyone forward. So there you have it, your new idiom toolkit. We've gone over some awesome phrases for dealing with high pressure, for getting stuff done, and for working together as a solid team.
And now, well, now it's where the rubber meets the road for you. Think about your week coming up. Which one of these phrases are you going to try out? Because using an idiom isn't just about sounding fluent, it's about connecting with the language on a whole new level. Go on, give it a shot.